as someone who has worked as an observer in women's luncheons, Mother's Day brunches, and see what women who don't work or who've never worked in this style of industry don't understand is that there's an observation factor that comes along with your behavior at facilities. Think about what I just said. As an observer, as a professional woman who actually likes to be a server, by the way, in the setting, a specific style of setting with a specific group of people, only someone like myself who understands with a group of people who are respectable, which, by the way, these were Republicans, who live a higher than mighty experience within the group, because they're competing with women who are catty and women, but not like this. No, this is more along the lines of, well, I want to organize this, and well, I thought she should have done this better, and this should have been done this way. It's more like low level, and that's a good thing, of like expecting things to go well because you want to do right by the guests that are at the event. And they can get heated, but not like this. Not in the form of what we're watching with Mona Van standing at the front, higher than, above all of you, with all these people and all these women sitting around going, well, what exactly are we here for? To take photos. To praise ourselves again. So these women have all this money. They host a bunch of award ceremonies for themselves. And then they never give back to the community. And that's what we're uncovering at this time. So these women do nothing more than get free trophies, not only from their husbands with diamonds and jewelries and rings, but they get that from their community of women because they're always looking to uplift each other, to make their personal bad behavior acceptable to the group. They don't have the feeling of, I don't want to attend a party, because their lives are so boring. They have nothing else to do. So they like the praise and worship of walking in the room, of shocking, of hurting, of causing pain, of occurring as perception of. But they have nothing to back it up. They have nothing to back up what they're saying. So they can act and talk as if they're a certain style of person. So it'd be like, it is so nice to see you. It's actually way more awkward than this. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you decided to come to the event today. That was a dig at someone else who was considering not showing up because I needed them to show up because I need their face in the photograph, Melissa would. It is so lovely to see you here. I'm so glad that you came to this event today. We are so excited to be meeting for the first time. The hook. All of which is a lie. The hook is because they need you as a body in the photograph. This is very important to understand about how a Persian Iranian works, because she wants to live up to the status of some image and brand in her head to occur as if she's a good match for a man who doesn't give two shits about any of this. But she's trying to play the doting fiance of a woman who is not actually in love with someone, but wants to occur that way, to create a new form of the American dream while she dogs out Vayner Nation, while Vayner Nation supports it by the eyes of Peg Moore, as well as the other one, Selena Gomez, wants to get her name in there. That's a whole other leg, by the way. That's the Taylor Swift leg. You don't actually really think Selena Gomez is a billionaire, do you? That's the lie. You don't actually think that her and Taylor Swift are actual friends, do you? They're not. That's the same shit that Mona Van's doing. It's a lie. Why don't they hang out anymore? Taylor Swift actually drove Selena Gomez to drink. Selena Gomez was evil and vicious as crap and was always backstabbing Taylor in the back, and then smiled to your faces and acted as if they were good friends because it was risky. You would get cancel cultured. That's the leadership of Just Lead. So none of you know what the hell you're doing. You don't care to learn how to do it either. And you definitely don't want anyone not liking you, because not liking is actually the game of educating people. Because if I call you out and tell you are a bad script performer, that means you actually have to do something to change it, and it's very challenging. Because now your ego is hit. Mona Van, you did a really bad job at this Eat Clean. It was terrible, and everybody knows it. And the whole time you were gaslighting everybody into extreme anger. So what she tried to do is she tried to put that over on me to make me angry so that I would retaliate against the whole group. But instead, I have learned the gaslighting tactics of staying calm and knowing that that's not my problem. That's your fucking problem. It's a lot more than just that, by the way. So Mona Van's out there trying to start wars on the internet with all of her hoe women, with Kim Kardashian, and all of these people who are trying to be like you. No, trying to be like you, as in somebody who lives in Nebraska. That's why they've changed the way they speak on their television show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, is because they're seeing what is being appealing to you. So KP, who's Dean's birth mother, she's using you to learn how to speak, and then you don't even either know it or you're being gaslit into being a bad parent. While she then tries to seduce your husband by doing a fit check. Because that woman, KP, is somebody that I would actually conversate with, and not my friend. You're not getting no support from me, girl. This is every man for themselves. Every woman for themselves. So she doesn't know what to do about this, but this is the new form of democracy of what Kamala Harris is representing with influencers. So an influencer is supposed to educate you on some form of education. Not your passion. It's interest in a subject, like what we're doing here, to create a form of relaxation and ease in an audience. However, everybody walks on eggshells no matter where they go because of migrants, because of Kamala Harris, because of influencers, because of women in Hollywood, because of Taylor Swift. They want their cake and they want to eat it too, and they don't want to take any form of responsibility for the fact they're abusing people. And then when someone shows up with actual real effort and education with evidence, they blacklist them because they don't want to get caught in their evil doing and their evil ways, while they then smile their Hollywood smile and cover up their crimes, which is what we saw with Mona Van in her yellow backdrop. Do you remember the piece of content that I made that looks exactly like that room? Little does she know that that was a setup for the FBI to watch you women sit in that room to see what you would do to the United States of America. That was a setup, Mona Van, and you were the lead setup person, meaning you brought those women together, so you got them set up, and now you're all going to prison. And some of you will be executed, and all of you will be executed publicly. But that's what women do, is because they don't have any expectations, repercussions, and they're that effing selfish. And that's the Democratic Party, the liberal party.